John.
Hello.
I'm Stacey.
Hi Stacey.
I work for Daisy First Aid. I am a qualified first aid trainer,
Okay.
and Daisy First Aid is an approved first aid provider.
Great.
In today's lesson I'm going to teach you what to do if your baby or child chokes and how to hopefully save their life.
Okay.
Just as per health and safety, just to let you know that the fire exit is directly in front of us.
Okay.
If the fire alarm sounds, there's no planned drill today, so we will need to leave the premises, and the meeting point is on the opposite side of the road.
Okay.
Also, just for your personal protection, we also have antiseptic wipes. The babies have been freshly wiped, but feel free to use the wipes at any time. These will kill all germs, so feel free to help yourself. So in today's lesson we're going to cover, as I said, choking for baby and child.
Okay.
When I talk about baby, I mean anything from newborn up to the age of 12 months. And when we talk about children, we're talking from the age of 1 to the age of 12.
Great.
Okay. At the end of the session I'll give you feedback, and I'll be assessing you continuously throughout the session. If there are any adjustments or pointers that you need, then I'll give them as we go.
Okay.
Feel free to ask any questions, and if you're happy we'll get started.
Yep, happy.
Okay, brilliant. So, every parent's nightmare is choking. There's been a lot of high profile cases in the press, but the methods that I'm going to teach you today in the lesson are very, very effective. Okay. So the aim for choking is to be as effective as you possibly can, as quickly as you can. And when I talk you through, I'll talk about the number of back blows and abdominal thrusts as an up to. If after the first couple the choking has resolved itself, then you can stop at any time. Okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to teach you through baby first, I'm going to demonstrate to you, and then I'm going to get you to have a go while I assess you.
Okay.
Then we move on to children.
Right.
Okay? Great. So in the first instance, if a baby is coughing, and you think that they're choking on maybe a piece of food, to let them cough is absolutely fine. Okay? At this stage, if they're cough, 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 there's no need to panic. What the body will do is automatically try and get rid of anything that shouldn't be there. Okay? So it's quite safe to leave them to cough, even if they're gagging a little bit, it's perfectly safe. You might be tempted to pick them up and rub them on the back or give them a little pat. You're welcome to do that, but it won't actually be effective. You're not actually going to help them. Okay, so you're going to let them do whatever they need to do. If they're a bit older, if they're a toddler, then you can encourage them to give a big cough. But as long as they're coughing, essentially they're still breathing, so air is able to get in and out.
Okay.
At the point where your baby becomes silent, stops coughing, is unable to make any noise, and you still haven't seen the food come out, that's the time where your panic levels will probably start to rise a little bit. At the point where no noise can come out at all, that's where you want to call for help. Okay? So you have a few minutes to act fast to try and resolve the choking yourself, but it's always better to call for help straight away rather than wait to try and resolve it first. Reason being is that an ambulance, the target time for an ambulance is 8 to 10 minutes. In reality that can take 20-30 minutes to get to you. So you want that on the way while you're dealing with the choking.
Yeah.
The best thing to do, ideally if you're in a public place, start screaming for help, get somebody else to call you an ambulance. If you do that, make sure that they know where they are, which sounds a bit obvious in a home environment, but if you're in a cafe or a park, just make sure that they know where to send the ambulance to.
Okay.
And also tell them the age of the child or baby. Okay, that way they can relay that to the paramedics on the phone. If you're on your own, if you're at home for example, and this happens, and screaming for help isn't going to bring anybody to you, if you carry your phone with you, maybe in your pocket, what you can do is take that out, dial 999 and leave it on speaker so you can talk to them while you do what I'm about to teach you. Okay? So get help on the way as soon as you can't get any noise out of the child. You may also notice that they might start to go blue or grey around the mouth. When the airways are blocked, or potentially blocked, the colour in the face and the neck can change. That's another thing to look out for,
Okay.
as well as the lack of sound.
Right.
Happy?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, so what you're going to do when they go silent, after you've got help, or as you get help ideally, is you're going to take baby out of high chair or pick them up, depending on what situation they're already in. You're going to put them over your elbow, essentially, so that they're sat on your elbow. You're going to use this hand to support around their neck, so that you can hold them underneath the chin. And you're going to tip them onto, ideally, your lap, if you can. What you're looking for is that the head is lower than the chest, because essentially you want gravity to help you force the item out along with the air in the body. Okay, so head is going to be below chest. You're using your forearm to support their body, and ideally your legs, I would advise, to support your arm. Okay, and you're going to give up to 5 back blows. Okay, they're going to be quite strong, and because we're dealing with a baby in this scenario, you're going to deliver the back blow across the shoulders. Okay, reason being, you don't want to hit them on the head and risk a head injury. Okay, so up to 5, and they're going to be quite forceful. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't need any particular rhythm, it can be a bit faster than that. Your adrenaline is likely to be rushing, that's fine. If after 5, still no noise, still hasn't come out, you're going to tip them around, put them again ideally on your legs and your knees. Their legs will be bendy, unlike this one, excuse the demonstration model. But again, what you're looking for is head lower than chest, so again gravity's helping you.
Right.
And you're going to deliver up to 5 abdominal thrusts. Now with an abdominal thrust, you're basically trying to use the air underneath the item to push it out. So you're going to get 2 fingers, and you're going to place it, if you find the belly button, and go just slightly above to the fleshy bit underneath the diaphragm. So if you've ever been winded yourself, where you kind of chop just underneath your diaphragm, it's very uncomfortable, that's the spot that you're going to go for.
Okay.
Okay, clear on that one?
Yeah.
Cool. So with your 2 fingers in that spot, if you kind of press it as you talk, it makes you talk funny, that's how you know. So with your 2 fingers in that position, you're going to press in and up in the same motion.
Okay.
Okay, up to 5 times. So in and up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If at that point still absolutely nothing, no sound, have a quick check in the mouth, see if there's anything obvious that you can safely pull out. When I say safely pull out, I mean if you can literally reach your fingers in and grab it, or use your little finger and hook it out. Don't be tempted to poke your fingers down the throat, because you can risk causing further damage or making the blockage worse. Okay? So if after the abdominal thrusts, nothing in the mouth, still no sound, you're going to flip them back over, and you're going to go again. So up to 5 times. Okay. And you're going to repeat that, so your abdominal thrusts again, 3, 4, 5, and you're going to keep going.
Okay.
You keep going until either the item comes out, or you can remove it, or they start to cough again. If at any point they start to cough, that means the air is getting back in.
Right.
So you can stop and let them carry on coughing, like sit them upright, or until they become unconscious. At the point where they become unconscious, then what you're going to need to do is start CPR. Okay? So I'm going to give you a demonstration of CPR for baby, then I'm going to let you have a go and assess you while you have a practice.
Okay.
Okay? So with CPR for a baby, you want to get them on a nice hard flat surface to make sure that your compressions are as effective as they possibly can be. We don't need to do danger response because we've already seen that they've become unconscious due to choking. Regardless of the fact that their airway is blocked, you're still going to give breaths in the mouth, because you may still be able to get air around whatever is causing the blockage. Because you can't see the blockage, you have to assume that you can still get air in, or at least try. Now, with a baby and a child, we always give 5 rescue breaths first before we start compressions. The reason being usually is because the respiratory system is usually what has caused them to stop breathing. In the case of choking, as I said, you'd still do it, you'd still deliver the breaths to try and get some oxygen in. When you're giving a breath, a rescue breath or a CPR breath, what you need to do is make sure that you've got a tight seal around the nose and the mouth. Okay.
Okay.
With a baby you can do that one of two ways. You can either form a seal around the mouth and the nose with your own mouth, or you can pinch the nose and just make a seal mouth to mouth. You just need to make sure that no air is going to come out.
Okay.
Okay. Also, when you give a breath, a rescue breath, you need to make sure that the airways are open. So either two fingers under the chin, or you can have your hand underneath their neck to support them, and make your seal, and then you're going to put your breath in.
Okay.
With the breaths, they're going to be quite short, and when you do it for yourself, you'll feel a point of natural resistance. That's the same in real life. You would feel a point of natural resistance, so you'll know when to stop, because you'll be able to feel the breath. You won't be able to get any more in. In terms of the amount of breath, also, you're just looking for the chest to rise. You just need some air to go into the chest. Obviously, where there's a blockage in this scenario, you're not going to be too caught up on that. You're just going to get the breaths in.
Okay.
Any questions on that bit?
No.
Brilliant. So, when you go to compressions, 5 breaths, when you then go to compressions, you're going to find the middle of the chest by going armpit to armpit into the middle. And there's one of two ways that you can do the CPR compressions. You can either use 2 fingers, or you can use the heel of your hand. Okay.
Right.
Both equally effective. What you're looking for is a good steady rhythm. It's going to be quite fast because you're trying to emulate the heartbeat. And what you're doing at this stage is pumping the blood and the oxygen in the blood around the vital organs. Now with choking, sometimes the compression is enough to dislodge the item that's caused the little one to become unconscious.
Okay.
So bear in mind that that can happen in this scenario. It won't today. When you give the compressions, what you need to do is lock your elbow and lean right over the top, because that way you're going to be able to use your upper body to give the compression. So it's a good hard compression rather than just using your arm. Your arm will become tired before your body does.
Okay.
Okay. And when you're pressing down in your compressions, you're looking to go about 1/3 of the way into the chest. So it's going to be deeper than you imagine. And don't worry about going too deep or breaking anything, because once again, like I said, with the breaths, you'll feel a point of natural kind of stop,
Okay.
basically. And again, you'll feel that on this test scenario as well. So you give 30 compressions, and then after that, it's 2 breaths, and then repeat 32, 32. Okay?
Okay.
Any questions?
No.
Good stuff. I'm going to demonstrate that to you, and then I'll let you have a go of the whole cycle.
Okay.
Okay? So, nice seal around, got the airways open. That's my 5, middle of the chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I'll show you with fingers as well. So 2 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And so on.
Okay.
Happy with that?
Yep.
Have you got any questions before you have a go?
No.
No? How many back blows are you going to do?
5 back blows.
How many abdominal thrusts?
5 abdominal thrusts.
Brilliant. And then with CPR, how many initial breaths?
5 to begin with, then 2 after the compressions.
Yeah. How many compressions?
30.
Brilliant. Good. Good numbers. Right then, I'll give you your own. There we go. So, I'll talk you through the scenario.
It's on my...
Yeah. So they've been coughing, now they've gone silent. Okay. Set them over.
Turn them over. Lower than the chest.
Yeah, really good. Brilliant.
And again.
Yeah. Make sure the head's lower than the chest. That's it. Okay, now they've become unconscious.
Okay.
Now you're going to need to
So CPR. So open airways.
Yeah.
5.
Brilliant. Just one hand, that's it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
2 more.
Yep. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Brilliant. Happy with the technique?
Yes, happy.
Confident?
Yes.
Good. Now, so that's baby, so that's 12 months up to, newborn up to 12 months,
Right.
a year old. If you have a particularly small toddler and you feel that you would be better off getting them over your arm and your legs in the same way that we did, they could be 18 months. If you're still comfortable in that position, then that's equally effective. However, from 1 year plus, we assume that they'll be able to stand on their own, in which case we do something slightly different. So I'll show you that now.
Okay.
So we're going to use this one this time round. Now this is actually the same for a child or an adult until we get to CPR. We're going to do the child way, so it's still going to be 5 rescue breaths when we get to CPR because we're doing child. So at the point where a child is coughing, cough, 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 absolutely fine. Encourage them to do a big cough if you can, or cough along with them, but you don't need to do anything more than that. Again, at the point where they go silent, you're going to need to start calling for help. So help, help, ambulance, or phone out, or whatever you're going to do. So it's hard in the training environment. In real life, your adrenaline will be pumping. Don't forget to call for help. So the sooner you get help on the way, the sooner someone's going to be able to come and take over the situation if they need to.
Okay.
Okay. Just as a tip, if you call an ambulance and you decide that actually after a couple of back blows you've managed to get the item out, if you felt that you didn't need the ambulance anymore, you could always cancel it. A lot of people don't realise, but you can cancel an ambulance once you've ordered it. The other thing to say is that even if you've called the ambulance and got the item out, there's no harm in them still turning up. A paramedic would always rather turn up and see a child alive and well that you've rescued than kind of you've left it too late to call them.
Yeah,
so don't ever be afraid to call an ambulance. A couple more tips regarding the ambulance. Make sure that if you do call an ambulance, if you can get the front door open if you're inside, then do. That way when they arrive, they'll be able to come straight in and help you rather than trying to get in or disturb what you're doing to let them in. If for any reason you don't feel safe having the door open, maybe you've got a toddler running around as well or you've got pets, what you can do is just leave the key in the door and they'll know to just come in. So just a couple of kind of practical, if you need to call an ambulance, tips.
Sure.
Okay, great stuff. So child, so this actually applies for a child or an adult, so age of 1 plus. The point where they go silent, we've done the call for help, what you're going to do is put an arm around them, around their shoulders, and stand side onto them, tilt them forward. Okay. What you're aiming for again, like we did with baby, is to get gravity on your side. So you want the mouth facing towards the floor. Ideally, when you get the back blows done, the item will come out and hopefully hit the floor if you've hit them hard enough. Okay, so with the back blows, very similar and it's the same numbers, so 5 back blows, same as with a baby. This time you're going to use your hand and you're going to have it in between the shoulder blades. Okay, because we don't risk hitting them on the head and giving them a head injury in this scenario, it's perfectly safe to go in between the shoulders.
Okay.
And this time when you give the back blow, you're going to kind of go up a little bit as well as in, so kind of up and in. Okay, remember to keep your arm around them, otherwise they're going to go flying across the room. So we're going to give 5. So again, you're going to be quite forceful. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, if at any point they start to cough or make a noise, you can stop. But while they remain silent, you carry on the cycle. At this point, if there's anything in the mouth you can pull out, great. If not, carry on. So after 5 back blows, you're going to stand behind them and you're going to find their belly button. We're going to do hind neck basically. So once you find the belly button, take your strongest fist and go just slightly above the belly button into that fleshy bit underneath the diaphragm that we talked about before. Once you've found that, take your other hand to support and wrap that around your fist. Okay, so ideally you'd be stood. I'll show you kneeling down. Just as a tip, make sure before you do the hind neck manoeuvre, you move your head. So if your head is in line with the person you're going to do this on, you're going to risk giving yourself a head injury or being knocked out as they come back. So make sure that your head's not in line with theirs. And what you're going to do is pull in and up in one motion. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
Happy?
Yep.
After that, if they're still conscious, you're going to flip them around if it hasn't come out. Stand alongside them again and give your back blows. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Brilliant. You're going to repeat that until either the item comes out, so they start to cough, or they become unconscious.
Okay.
And as with baby, at the point they become unconscious, you're going to start your CPR. So to recap CPR, they're going to get their head back to open up their airways. This puts the tongue at the back of the throat. It means that the airways are nice and open so that when you give the breath, you're going to get as much breath as possible in there. Again, you're just looking for the chest to rise. You'd meet a natural point of resistance in terms of the air going in. And because we're doing this as a child scenario, you're going to give 5 rescue breaths first. Exactly the same as you did with baby. This time round, you're definitely going to need to pinch the nose. So on these models, there's 2 holes. You must make sure they're closed, otherwise there's no seal and the air will come out.
Okay.
And form a nice seal around the mouth. Put your breaths in. And after you've done the 5 breaths, you're going to go to compressions. So once again, armpit to armpit in the middle. This time round, you're going to get your strongest hand. Put that down first. You're going to interlock your fingers. You're going to get right over the top, like we did with baby, and you're going to give 30. Okay, so I'll demonstrate that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, after that, you're going to give 2 breaths. So you're going to open up the airways again, pinch the nose, continue. Okay?
Okay.
Any questions?
No.
Happy to have a go?
Yes.
Brilliant. I'm just going to wipe this one. Apologies, it won't taste very nice. There'll be no germs.
Okay.
Okay, so cough, cough, cough.
Yep.
Go silent.
Okay. So arm around the shoulders, leaning forwards.
Yep.
And then
Brilliant.
back to this again.
Do another round for me, yeah? Good. Good pressure there. Very good. So now they've become unconscious.
Okay. So it's open airways, 5 breaths.
Mm-hmm.
Interlock.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
And 2.
Yep, 2 breaths. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Brilliant. Well done.
Right.
Really good. It's knackering on the adults, isn't it, and the children. It's a lot harder work. That's where you have to use your upper body though, rather than just your arms. You continue your CPR until either they regain consciousness, until a paramedic comes and physically takes over, or you become physically exhausted, because realistically you're only human. Yes, your adrenaline will be going, but you can only do as much as you can do, so never feel bad about that. A couple of modifications just to talk you through. If you were doing the Heimlich, the abdominal thrusts on a pregnant lady, you need to be very careful of the baby bump.
Yeah.
So you'd be going right underneath the diaphragm, right in here, and take very good care not to get kind of the baby bump itself or the placenta.
Yeah.
I'd actually say on a pregnant lady, if you weren't confident, you'd be better off carrying on with just the back blows, just to make sure that there's absolutely no damage to baby. Also, if you had a larger person and you couldn't get your arms around them, or you had a disabled person in a wheelchair that couldn't stand, then with the abdominal thrust, what you can do is, rather than go behind them, is you can go from the front. So you basically get into this kind of position where you're almost in a kind of a lunge. Exactly the same with your fists, but you're going to go forward and up rather than in and up. Okay, exactly the same movement. Okay, so just some modifications to bear in mind. Okay, how did you find the training?
Yeah, good. Confident.
Remember which point to call for help?
At the beginning.
Yep, when there's no sound.
Yep.
When you stop making a sound, that's when you need some help. Okay, brilliant. I thought you did the back blows very, very well, and the abdominal thrusts as well. The abdominal thrusts are a bit trickier because you have to be in and up, but you did that really, really well. With the CPR, really good pressure on both baby and child. A lot of people are a bit scared about kind of damaging baby with delicate bones and stuff like that, but you got a third of the way in, which was great. As you did the CPR breaths, you could see both chests inflating, so you're getting a good amount of breath in. It meant that you've made a nice tight seal around the mouth. I think you did really, really well.
Thanks.
Well done.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.